Well, I
Commissioner
think.
Keener.
This meeting to order.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Here.
Commissioner Buckley.
Here.
Quorum present.
Okay, as you wish, please stand for the invocation and the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk.
Dear Lord, we come today before you and we thank you for all the things that you give us in our lives. We ask that you make us mindful that you are the potter and we are the clay, not the other way around. We ask that you mold us and shape us to your desire, not ours. We ask today for wisdom and guidance on the decisions that need to be made in this meeting. All these things we ask in your Son's name, Jesus Christ our Lord.
Amen.
See the consent agenda on the board. It has been published. Motion, please.
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you. New title for the jail detention officer. Corey, you want to talk about this?
Corey Shrum, Human Resources. So we have detention officers already that are not post-certified deputized, and I think that we may have some, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sheriff Dan, that continue to fill that role and never go through the academy or get post-certified. So it's just a way for me to keep track of it easier. There's no rate change, no change in money. It's just simply title just for reporting and tracking purposes.
Okay, so if they're working this job and they are deputized, it'll still be the same pay rate as those that are not deputized.
Once they get deputized, then they do go up to a higher rate.
They can go higher at that point.
Yes,
But
and
these,
that once they are post-certified.
okay, so this is for those that are not deputized only, or what?
Correct.
Yes, Dan?
Due to the lack of post-certified officers that we can hire nowadays, we've started hiring civilian employees. Some of those are in the academy and will eventually become deputies. Other ones will remain civilian employees throughout their employee year. And there is a difference in pay. But this is just a title change is all this is.
The deputized, was that the 2150 rate?
Yes.
Okay, so they get another $1.25.
Yes.
Dan, is this pretty familiar with the other jails around? Are they starting to get a lot of civilian employees?
Yes, they are, because it's increasingly difficult to hire post-certified employees anymore. And we used to have nothing but post-certified employees, but there's just not enough of them out there anymore.
What does the, I'll call it the deputized person, what is his skills that are important to the, I'm trying to word this question carefully. The non-certified person, is he fully capable of handling the situations?
They are, but they can't make arrests and serve certain papers, warrants and things like that. So we're always going to have post-certified officers in the facility, but everyone doesn't have to be. The reason that I've done this over the years is a officer that's been to school and is post-certified and has a police license has a lot more to lose than a civilian employee does. Civilian employee can leave and go somewhere else to work. If you get a black mark on you through post and your license are suspended or lost, you can't work anywhere in the United States anymore. Well, they had a lot more to lose in the jail facility there, and that's why I always had them there.
And they can never do anything else other than that, correct? They can't go on the road, they can't go
Right.
do other things. So,
Right.
yeah.
And detention officers can, if regarding the prisoner, they can have a gun at that point. There's a special statute that covers that. But they can't just go out and make arrests on the street like the other officers do.
Okay, motion?
I make a motion, we do the new title change for the jail detention officer.
Second.
Okay, any questions? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Now, we need to purchase some equipment for the new cars. My question is this for all the 5 new cars or 3 of them?
I think it's for all five. I thought he had already ordered some, but I'm gonna say it's for all 5 cars. We had two new Fords and 3 new Tahoes.
It is for all 5.
Yeah, all 5. And I'm wanting to say it costs about $8,000 a car, isn't it?
It's $3,966.85. This is for radio.
Okay.
But is there anything besides radio that you're buying?
No, I think we've already approved the lights. We'd already approved the lights.
So this is for radios only.
And I have a list here, what it's for, if you'd
Yeah.
like to see it. It covers antennas, mounting brackets, all that sort of stuff.
Radio related stuff, okay.
Okay.
Okay, and you got the funds for it, it's budgeted?
Yes, and we're going to pay for these out of civil fees. We had talked about it before.
So that's just a touch under 4,000 per car, 3,900 something.
No, this is for everything.
Oh, it is?
3,966 for all, or 85 is for all 5 cars.
3966.86.
39,000, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, did I get a motion on this?
I'll make a motion, we approve the purchase of police equipment, radios, et cetera, for the new cars for the sheriff's department, and 5 cars in the equipment for $3,966.86.
Second.
And that's the right dollar amount, right, Dan?
That's what I was given by Buck Copeland. And he's laying on the beach in Florida today on vacation, so I'm handling this car.
Think you'll come back in a better mood?
No.
Okay.
No, it was a trade-off deal.
Okay. Just get rid of him for a week.
Did you second that, or?
Yeah, second.
Okay. Now, Rich, you have a question?
2 questions. These are two-way radios, fully compatible with the existing equipment?
They are, and that's, this is the exact same. We're changing over, so everything we have is exactly the same, so it's all interchangeable.
Can you get XM on it?
No.
I'm supposed to be funny, okay?
Well, I got Sirius over here talking.
Yeah, why don't you come up here and sit, Kevin?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Kevin already got the Sirius.
So we can all ignore that side of the room.
It's your responsibility.
No.
Good luck.
Are there any good questions to be asked about this? Okay, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Emergency purchase, we have an engine replacement situation.
Yes, Clay Copeland, Superintendent with Road and Bridge. We had one of our newer dump trucks, single axle dump trucks, that was experiencing some engine problems. It was using a great deal amount of oil, and we had it diagnosed and had it all checked out, and we're gonna have a new engine for it. With the availability of such products, it's kind of a rush for us because we need this truck anyway, but we really need it for winter time, which is going to be here before we know it. And Cummins equipment, which is, it's a Cummins engine, they diagnosed it and ran their procedure on it, and we're going to have a new engine. New engine's upwards of $60,000. Now,
With all the labor and everything.
labor, install, turbo, everything that has to be replaced on this engine. And like I say, it's just a 2017 with only 88,000 miles, but we do have engine failure. So at this vendor, which we have used in the past, not only is this an emergency purchase, but they will only let us have 25,000 in credit, if you will. That's the maximum amount. So before they will order this piece of equipment, we need to pay basically a $27,000 deposit for this, and then when the engine comes in, the work's completed, then that will be deducted from the cost of the final bill. So, but before they could do it, it's just, 25,000 is their max. And not that it's gonna be credit, I mean, we're not purchasing this on credit, we will pay for it, but just through their system, that's as far as they would let us get into it for it. So what we would like to do is requisition this $27,000 for the emergency purchase, so they can get the ball rolling on this truck. And then when it comes in, we will pay the difference.
The truck is there now.
It's there now.
Where's it at? St.
It
Louis.
Cummins in St. Louis. Yeah.
Had to be hauled there.
It did, yes.
Okay, motion?
I make a motion, we do the emergency purchase for the road and bridge crew at the Cummings Sales and Service for the engine replacement on the 2017 Freightliner at $27,000 for the down payment and the balance to be due upon completion.
I'm gonna second that, but in the future, Clay and I talk maybe
Yeah.
to find a way to remedy this, to maybe get this done cheaper, lower. And I think we probably can in the future. We just gotta go through the hoops of the county
We do,
process
and
that costs us.
The issue here was availability and then of parts, and to get this completed, as anyone can tell you, the supply chain is not what it used to be. And we don't want to be without this truck for winter.
Okay, any questions?
Yes,
You know, that's not very many miles.
No, it's not.
And
It's
the
not.
truck's not very old.
it's not.
What caused the
Well,
engine to go bad?
They say that there was some particulate matter that got sucked into the engine. Now, we change our filters regularly. It's no negligence upon our part, but
But it's out of warranty.
yeah, it's out of warranty.
That was gonna be my next question.
Yes, it is.
So-
Well, and then a diesel motor is different. You can work on them where we can probably in the future look at some way, maybe save some money here. We just, the process with the county, and we can do it.
And we try to do as much in-house work as possible with our mechanics that we have, but this was just something beyond their scope.
And, you know, if I may, this is atypical. I'm sure this is not normal for
It's
this
not.
engine. You can normally get hundreds of thousands of miles out of these.
Yes,
Yeah, Cummins are good engines.
and we do.
This is really rare.
We usually run them to almost 300,000 before we are finished with trucks, so.
It's rare in all the other trucks. It's just one of them incidents, you flip a coin, something happened here
Yeah.
that don't normally happen.
Yep.
And we'll try to remedy that in the future locally.
And these guys use those trucks like
They're used hard.
pretty hard, so.
Tonight, Rich, you understand motors, you know this is just a fluke, it's just something that happened.
Yeah.
Was this one of a used truck that we purchased, or
No.
we purchased it new?
We purchased it new in 17.
Wow.
The warranty's up
And-
on it, it's just something that happened.
I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but I believe we purchased this truck fully outfitted with the plow, the chipper, wet kit, everything for about 130,000. And now we're looking at replacing the engine for 60. That's how much prices have went up since 2017.
Any other questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Hang on, please. Okay,
All right, John is already on his way to this conference, and I will be leaving immediately after the meeting. But we will be attending this MINC conference. It's in St. Joseph, Missouri. And what MINC stands for, it's Missouri, Iowa, Nebraska, and Kansas. And those four states come together, which St. Joe is kind of the centrally located point for those four states. And it'll be a two-day conference that we will attend, and we will be addressing, John went to this last year. I couldn't go. And after he came back, he said, man, you really need to go to this next year. Some of the most valuable information of any of these trainings that we've ever went to. They deal with road maintenance, road building. I have the agenda here. CDL training programs, bridge design and tubular steel for different bridge, engineering for bridges. There is federal aid and discretionary grant seminars that we will attend. And a lot of this will have to do with the BRO program and the changes and the different things that's come about in the last few years. I mean, it's dust control, like I say, road design, fleet tracking at local agencies. So it'll be a two-day conference of a lot of different classes and seminars that we will attend, and hopefully gain a lot of good information. I know when John went last year, a lot of the information that he learned last year is what propagated us to pursue these grants and these BRO avenues, so that we're going to have 5 bridges finished here within the next year, so that the county will not be out any money at all. It will be either through federal funding and through our credit that we do from the other projects. So it's very valuable, and like I say, he and I will be there for the rest of this week.
And this is a report, not an action.
Right, yeah.
St. Joe's a wonderful place. I spent a week there one night.
Okay, Rich, you have anything to add to that? I mean, okay.
There's a great Italian restaurant in St. Joe if you want to know about it.
Okay, moving along. Okay. Thank you, Clay.
All right.
Okay, week from today. See you there. Other business, who's got the correspondence? Public comments. Departmental reports. Well, one of them is collector's office is closed today again. After today, they'll be back in normal business. You know the reason we did this last time. So just to let you know that. Now, do you have a department report?
Yeah, I had two things. When I had our collectors, our county clerks meeting all last week, and the emphasis was on a couple of things. One was the Senate bill, trying to figure out what to do with it. The other thing was the elections coming up. We had national people security that is going to be a huge election year with at least 3, maybe more elections in August, and that their emphasis was trying to get people out to vote early so that we don't have as bad of, we've also since that time had our IT company came in and expected, and we're waiting for the report. The only thing I would tell you, there's a couple of counties that are already adopting this. They are both counties that I've talked to. I know both of their presiding commissioners pretty well. They're adopting this ordinance, but they're changing the ordinance to what St. Charles has written an ordinance, what they think they mean. Since the bill is so poorly written, they're going to assume, and since they have in-house attorneys, they are going to defend it in court. I'm not talking about the prosecutor. They have in-house attorneys that they can just go to court because they know they're going to go to court because they're saying, well, we think you want to freeze the property tax, not do it a credit every year and have hundreds of hours in taking applications every year to do the credit, and they want to freeze it once you reach 62. They are going to assume that you really meant to freeze it for everybody that hits 62, whether they be a retired teacher or a railroad worker or somebody that doesn't get Social Security. So they're going to make some assumptions in some of these counties. I still believe that we need to get with Travis, and next month, at the latest October, need to adopt where you stand. You plan on adopting it, and that you plan on adopting at the end of next year. That would do two things. It would give our assessor time to make the assessment and equalize the assessment in the county. And the second thing, it would give the opportunity to either legislatively, which we're working on, everybody agrees that we need to do a fix. In an election year, it is highly unlikely we'll be able to get that part done. The other thing is they hope that the lawsuits will be settled by then, so we can state that we're doing it to keep the people from getting excited and trying to do a petition until we're ready for it. And that does both those things. It lets it equalize, and it lets us give a chance to settle it either legislatively or legally. Okay? And that's where most of the consensus, especially the smaller counties that don't have an attorney that we're going to pay, they're going to pay $250, $300 an hour to defend all the lawsuits, and there are going to be some, and on numerous parts.
There'll be a lot of them. Any other departmental reports? Okay, we have an issue with our new pavement on the parking lot out front. It appears that, well, somebody said it looked like somebody tried to fry an egg there. And I said, no, none of our people would do that. First of all, it's right in front of the front door. Secondly, it's right in the middle of the parking lot, and all of our people are working too hard to take time out to do that. So I guess maybe we need to call for a warranty on the pavement.
Well, all right. I'll get hold of that.
We could check the camera.
Maybe something was flying over something.
Right, yeah. I
Maybe
could
they
maybe
were
deposit.
right.
All right.
Linda seems to be worried about this for some reason. But just, you know, it's a sad that that kind of thing happens to our parking lot. Linda, maybe if you buy a can of black paint and paint over it. Not saying you did this, but,
I had an accomplice.
The-
That turned Rhonda.
but she did say it fried pretty quickly.
Flip it on her.
Flip it on, I like that.
That was Rhonda.
She said, there goes the bus.
That's sunny side up, okay. Okay, any other departmental reports?
That's it? It tasted a little grainy, she said. That's the only thing I had.
I'll make a
Somebody
motion.
save us here.
We adjourn.
Second. All in favor, aye.
Yes.